Plastic pollution is a climate issue. Massachusetts, 3 weeks ago, released our Clean Energy and Climate Plan for 2025 and 2030. That plan says we need to reduce our waste disposal, majority plastics, by 30%. A huge piece of that requires us to stop the tsunami of plastic pollution. In recent years, we have failed to make significant reductions in waste. We have an analysis that says that the burning of trash will be the main source of electricity sector emissions by 2050, the majority of which in environmental justice communities. Plastic pollution is a worker justice issue. When we put our single-use plastics into those blue recycling bins, they get picked up in a diesel-powered truck, most likely, and they go to a materials recovery facility. The workers at those facilities are mostly immigrants. They are mostly low-wage workers. They are sorting materials into what can be recycled and not recycled. They are breathing dirty air from the vehicles to deliver those plastics. They're dealing with sharps like needles, and they're trying to separate those out. And they're navigating heavy and large equipment like conveyor belts. That's resulting in employee injuries and sometimes fatalities. Thank you so very much. And let me now invite my good friend Kirsty Fetchy up here from Just Zero.
It's a little bit hot out here. I don't know if you've noticed. So when we talk about climate, we're feeling it here. God, this is real, and this is happening now. Plastics is the fossil fuel industry's plan B, right? We're on to them. We know that we can't extract and burn fossil fuels if we want a livable planet. So what they're saying is, okay, all right, yeah, do your nice little wind and your nice little solar. We're gonna make a lot of plastic, and everything you buy is gonna be sold in plastic. Everything. Things that never were sold in plastic before. And as you've already heard, the extraction of fossil fuels, terrible for the climate, incredibly polluting. Those lagoons of poisoned water left by fracking, incredibly polluting. The cracking, the ethylene crackers, incredibly polluting. The formation of plastic, incredibly polluting. The use of plastic, this is really, really dangerous. We don't know how dangerous it is. And then the disposal and recycling of plastic, incredibly polluting. What the American Chemistry Council wants you to believe is that they have new technologies. They call it chemical recycling, advanced recycling. I call it baloney. I call it bullshit recycling, all right? And what it is breaking the plastics down and burning them at the end. So as Janet said so eloquently to start off, we need to pass some laws. We need to hold these corporations accountable. We need them to be responsible for the pollution at every stage of the way. We need them to be responsible for the damage they're doing to our public health, for all these microplastics in our bodies. And we need to hold them responsible for the end life of all these single-use products that are unnecessary. We need to reduce, we need to reuse, that's always the best choices. And then we need to recycle things that are infinitely recyclable, like glass and aluminum. We need all of you. We can sit and talk and write and talk about this stuff all day, but if you don't show up like you did today on this hot day, nothing's going to happen. So thank you so much for being here.
Right here, it's 160 Federal Street, and Trader Joe's corporate headquarters is located on the 12th floor. So we have about 4 or 5 bags of plastic trash to take up to them and letters.
Ready to get arrested?
Oh yeah. Okay, you guys, everybody does eat grass. The rest of us are going to go on the other side.
What's going on? What are you doing? They stopped us from coming in.
We're going to go on the other side. Because you guys
Where you going?
To the 12th floor, Trader Joe's headquarters.
All right, dude. I think you guys have there's gonna be no one there to really help you.
That's all right. We're just dropping off a letter.
All right, they're signing here.
Put it down. Put it down. They don't know. Okay. Put it down, guys. Put it down. Let's put your stuff down. They're being very uptight. Uptight? Yeah, here they come. They're gonna get security. They're gonna get security? Yeah. Okay.
We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it over there. Put it over there. Okay. That's fine.
You stay up there.
Can I stay up here? Whoa. Can we stay up here? You're getting.
Yeah, more people are
You already told me, no pictures. I can stay up here, huh?
More people are coming out.
They're getting very uptight. Okay. You're calling my photographs. Hurry up. You put that. Ron, I come with me.
Are we leaving them outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Good. Hold on. Good. Is that everybody?
I think so, yeah,
That's everybody's stuff?
the last one.
Okay.
Not gonna.
Get a picture of this here.
It's so sad. So sad.
See you watching.
Humans of the earth are being smothered by We are gathered to warn the state of the planet, our home, a place where climate change is causing torrential rains and scorching fires. Have you noticed? We are here to mourn oceans and rivers filled with plastics and debris. We are here to mourn beaches which are no longer pristine. We are here to mourn the fish who are feeding off microplastics rather than plankton. We are here to mourn whales who are dying with their bellies full of plastic. We stand here in the realization that we each ingest one credit card worth of plastic every week through the foods and drinks we consume. And that those microplastics may end up in human placenta and sperm. The very essence of human life is in jeopardy. Unless we come up with alternate solutions to single-use plastics, the very composition of our bodies will be irreversibly changed, and the planet we live on will be so toxic and polluted that life as we know it will no longer be possible. So sad. So sad.
Microplastics have been found in women's placentas, lungs, and blood. The chemicals in plastics are linked to cancer, sperm decrease in males, obesity, and a host of other health issues. So sad.
Hold corporations accountable for producing single-use plastic packaging. Educate yourselves and others on the dangers of plastics and plastic pollutions.
We are gathered here to mourn the state of the planet, our home, a place where climate change is causing torrential rains and scorching fires, and this unbelievable heat wave we are in right now. Have you noticed? We are here to mourn oceans and rivers filled with plastics and debris. We are here to mourn beaches which are no longer pristine. We are here to mourn the fish who are feeding off microplastics rather than plankton. We are here to mourn the whales who are dying with their bellies full of plastic. We stand here in the realization that we each ingest one credit card's worth of plastic every week through the foods and drinks we consume, and that those microplastics may end up in the human placenta and sperm. The very essence of human life is in jeopardy because of plastic pollution. Unless we come up with alternative solutions to single-use plastics, the very composition of our bodies will be irreversibly changed, and the planet we live on will be so toxic and polluted that life as we know it will no longer be possible. So sad.
Microwaving plastics leaches toxic chemicals into your food. How do you feel about that? Just eat it plain?
Advocate for legislative change. Support bottle bills, single-use plastic bans, and producer responsibility bills.
Have you noticed? The very essence of life in jeopardy.
Educate yourself and others on the dangers of plastics and plastic pollution. Join a climate group.
Such a beautiful life. Oh no. We had a beautiful earth and now it's gone. How did this happen? Oh, it's so sad. Too much plastic. Oh, yeah. So sad. What happened? We did know. We just didn't stop it. We didn't do what we know. We need to stand up. We need to rise up against these fossil fuel petrochemical companies now. Yes. There's more of us than there are of those companies. We can stop them. We need the corporations to be accountable for what they're doing to us and to our earth. This is a really tragic, horrible situation we're in. We're all suffering. Everyone is suffering. The plants are suffering, the air, the water, the animals, and all of us.